All right, welcome everybody to another edition of Unstoppable REI. I'm here with my friend Justin Lee, Mr. Powerhouse himself. And Justin, we've been trying, I don't know, what is it, a month or two trying to connect up here.
Yeah,
So,
man, you're a busy guy.
oh, please, you're the busy guy. But anyway, so I'm glad we got some time to connect up. So just let's get started, man, with your I would say your elevator pitch, your 30-second elevator pitch, your story. Tell me what it's all about. How did it happen, man?
Well, first of all, I'm a retired Marine. I was enlisted back in 99 to '03,
Okay.
and I started my own construction business after I got out. And I kind of transitioned into the real estate industry back in '08.
Okay.
And since then, we've been hitting it full time since about 2019.
Okay.
And as of right now, what we focus on mainly on top of the real estate investing for ourselves is we help real estate professionals scale with the help of our automations, our follow up, our perfect marketing. And we do all this without tech overwhelm or paying too much for your return on investment.
Okay. So investing and helping investors, I love it. Which part of that? I'm just curious. Which part of that you like most? The buying of the houses or the helping investors? A little bit of both.
Um, well, the exciting part of that is probably the investing in houses. So it's
Okay.
it's kind of very boring at first, and then when you get the check in the mail,
Oh
it
yeah.
makes everything seem a lot better. And then, but I like the social aspect of it. I like helping people. I like teaching people new things. I like helping them to improve their business,
Okay.
and I like having people succeed and the success with their own business. I kind of get the thrill of it.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. So on the real estate investing side, man, tell me what is one thing that you wish you would have known when you started out?
Um, I would have to say that there are easy ways and hard ways in order to scale in a business and a foundation.
Yeah, no
The
question.
slow ways are definitely the um, try to do what you can for owner financing and things like that. But the productive way of doing things with private money and hard money and getting into houses that in that aspect of it. Um, Helps your business grow and succeed a lot faster than trying to do everything on your own. It's okay to reach out for help, especially the financial stuff. You
Sure.
may not make as much on the back end of things on this deal, but if you're doing 3 deals, 5 deals, or 10 deals more than what you would if you were just doing it on your own, you're going to profit so much more.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So speaking of that, what would you say is like maybe your biggest failure in your career and what you learned from that?
My biggest failure would probably be my very first house I ever did.
Uh-oh, sounds like a
Um,
story behind that. I want to hear that one.
back in 2008, I actually bought a house with no money down, no nothing. I had sweat equity involved. I
Okay.
was pretty good friends with some investors. They had a house that they needed to get occupied and flipped, and they had to do it in 5 days.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. So what
Nice.
I did was I went to closing. I signed the paperwork on Friday. I got in the house. I said, okay, we got to have it completely remodeled, and you've got the weekend to do it.
Wow.
And I was
Okay.
like, wait a minute, you didn't tell me this when I bought the house.
The fine print, right?
Yeah. So bottom line is I did it, and I did it by the hair of my chin, man. I just barely skimmed by.
Okay.
I took a 2,600 square foot house, 4 bedroom, 3 bath, and I did it in 3.5 days. I didn't sleep for 3.5 days to flip this house.
Wow.
And so I did it for my own personal use, but I ended up selling the house in the long run, and I didn't make any money off of it,
Okay.
but it was a good experience for me.
Sure. So the mistake part was maybe taking out, biting off more than you could chew, you think, or not getting all the information up front, or what do you think is the?
Yeah, the biggest probably is not getting all the information up front
Okay.
and trusting friends.
Yeah. But fortunately, you were able to get in there and make it happen, and I'm sure that those skills are turned into many other deals since that time, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. It was
yeah.
definitely a learning experience. I'm one, I like to know all the information before I get in on a project now. And it even, I want to know more information when it's even out there. I go
Yeah.
in and I research every single detail, but I can do it fast now,
Yeah, yeah,
whereas
yeah.
before.
So are you, you sound a little like me, because I mean the research inside can sort of be, I mean, well, I guess my question is, how do you keep that from becoming analysis, paralysis? You know what I mean? So much information that you're just taking too much time before you pull the trigger.
So basically, my rule of thumb is if it takes too much effort to gather the information, it's not worth my time.
Okay,
I have to worry about time versus money. So if I'm spending 2 or 3 hours on this deal and trying to research everything that comes along, but I could be spending 5 or 10 minutes on another deal
got
trying to
it,
figure out, it's time versus money.
got
So
it,
my time's valuable. So if I have to spend a couple hours and I can't find the information, I take it as it's not meant for me. This deal's just not right. Not at this
got it,
time.
got it. You just keep moving. Sure, it makes sense. So what advice would you give to somebody that's looking to get in real estate and they see what you're doing, and I mean, what would you tell them to do to get started? What advice would you give them?
Educate yourself.
Okay.
Education is going to be key to what you're doing in this business. Don't get into the real estate business thinking that you're going to make a quick buck, because nothing happens quick in this business, even if you need it to.
Okay.
So the best thing that I would tell you to
Right.
is educate yourself on at least the beginning processes all the way up to what you need to do up to a closing date.
Okay.
Get, start looking at how to um, do comps on houses, what houses look like in certain neighborhoods that you're wanting to invest in, how to do some creative financing, which is a
Yeah.
really good thing, especially if you're first getting started, that creative
Sure.
financing, and just finding out different options. Start meeting people. I would say that meeting people is probably one of the most important things you can do in the business, whether it's realtors, investors,
Yeah.
wholesalers, neighbors that have actually had houses in the past even for their own personal use. Talk to them and kind of see what their pitfalls were, what they've learned along the way, and
Okay.
just knowledge is power.
Makes sense. Yeah. Um, Obviously, Powerhouse Media Marketing is a great resource, but in addition to that, what would you say are some great resources that have helped you along the way and that you could maybe recommend?
Um, YouTube has a lot of great stuff out there.
Right.
So free information,
Okay.
but you got to take free information for what it is. A
Gotcha.
lot of the information out there is hype, and so you gotta kind of weed out what may be the hype and what may be real. So
Okay.
you need to find people out there that have a good reputation, that aren't afraid to talk to you one on one without you paying them.
Got it.
Okay. So if they're willing to talk to you one on one without some kind of payment up front, those to me, those are the good guys. Okay.
Okay.
Those are the ones that are actually in it to help you succeed and everything else. Willing to put in a little bit of piece of their time, to help you with your time as well.
Okay. Okay. So talking to people and connecting and getting out there and well, like I said, YouTube, but just making sure that the free information that you're using or that you're accessing, you're sort of vetting that with some professionals that can tell you what's good and what's bad, so you're not kind of getting in something that doesn't work. What are you a reader, man? Do you like to read, or do you listen to audiobooks, or what's your thing? How do you?
I read a little bit less than what I used to.
Okay.
But before I started the many businesses that I had now,
Right, right.
I used to read, quite a bit, but it was all knowledge based. It's all for me to learn more about what I'm doing
Okay.
and the direction that we want to go. And actually, one of my favorite books, I read it from time to time, is this one right here. It's called "See You at the Top."
Oh, Zig Ziglar.
Yeah, buddy.
Yes, yes, he's old school. I love Zig. It's interesting. I remember. Do you know Brian Tracy? Does that ring a bell?
Yes.
Okay, I remember Brian Tracy said that you could become, if you, well, first of all, if you read an hour a day, that would equate to about one book a week, which is 50 books a year, and the average person's reads maybe one book a year. And so if you do that on one particular topic, you could become an expert on a topic just by reading, an hour a day. So it's like but and it's crazy that most people don't read, and it's just something that especially now with all the digital age that we're in. You know what I mean? So I like to listen to audiobooks anyway. So are you reading that now, or what are you reading
I
right now?
keep it on my shelf. I revert back to it from
Okay,
time
got
to
it.
time. It's
Just a
one that I've
resource.
read multiple times, and I just
Okay.
keep going back to it. There's a lot of great content in there.
Yeah, yeah. So speaking of that, Zig and other people, who would you say were maybe the three top influences for you? People that influenced you the most, the three top ones.
Um, so not so famous people, but very successful is one of my uncles.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I grew up with him. He started off his career in the oil and gas industry, and he created a lot of his own companies. Big time oil and gas producer in Texas. He
Okay.
still is. He owns one of the largest oil and gas producer and real estate companies in the country.
Wow.
Eckerd Properties, Eckerd Investments.
Okay.
Not a lot of people know of him, but he's extremely knowledgeable in what he does, and I've always looked up to him when I was little, not even knowing why I looked up to him.
Yeah.
I just the persona and everything else. Another one would have to be Grant Cardone. I've actually taken one of his courses here recently. I
I
got
remember
my
you telling me about
marketing
him.
certificate.
Nice. Okay. Which course did you take?
I did his marketing course, and I did a few courses. I'm taking a few courses right now on his multifamily investing courses. So
Okay, nice. Man, I hear a lot of people now. I haven't taken any of his courses. I really need to. I've read some of his books, and I know that he's the guy when it comes to sales. Would you recommend his stuff?
absolutely, man. I
Yeah.
mean, there is a lot of hype in there, but that hype kind of gets you in the right mentality of what you need to do in
Yeah. Yeah.
that focus. The energy and power behind what he does is just incredible, man. He's like a freaking tornado.
Yeah.
He's gonna come through. He's gonna push you all kinds of information. He's gonna give you everything you need, but it's gonna be a hit hard kind of thing.
Yeah. 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 Love it. That's nice. So, all right, who's one more? So that's maybe two. Give me one more. One more influence.
Um, the other one would actually have to be my wife.
Nice. Okay.
So she's a very strong-willed person, very headstrong. She's been on her own a good portion of her life. She hasn't
Yeah.
needed anybody to take care of her or anything else.
Yeah.
She's a very strong-willed individual, and during my times of unstable moments and in my uncertainty and what I'm doing, both mentally and in business,
Yeah.
I can always rely on her to have an ear or to give me some guidance and everything else along the way. So she's definitely my rock currently. So
Nice. I love that. Now, am I mistaken, or did you guys have a recent you had a baby recently?
I've got a 3-year-old little girl and I've got a little boy in the oven right now.
Okay. Okay. Nice. All right. Is that it for you guys? You guys gonna do the two, or you got
Yeah,
more?
just the two, man. We're both in our 40s, so
Yeah. No, I hear you 100%, 100%. So getting back to business here, what would you say is a myth in the real estate investing industry that you can debunk?
you cannot get started in real estate without money.
Got it.
You need
Okay.
money as some form of fashion, whether it's a rehab, whether it's marketing, whether it's just getting you by to the next job. Even if you're able to find a deal in these current days with like sweat equity, and,
Yeah.
and those are going to be very few and far between. I did that back in the crash back in '08 is when I first did it.
Okay.
So things were way different back then, even
Totally.
in Texas. So
Okay. Okay. Now
um,
that's actually a big one, man. So you're saying that so the whole no money down thing that people are preaching all over the place, you're saying that that's not necessarily it. You got to have some money.
dude, you got to have some money, whether it's education, whether
Yeah,
it's funding,
I
whether
agree.
it's buying signs of,
Yeah.
buying marketing,
Yeah.
anything like that. It takes money. And that money is going to get you the knowledge. It's going to get you the tools you need in order to
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
succeed. So the first thing, invest in yourself, man. You got to invest in yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Nice. So I like that. So all right. So if you were the guy asking the questions here, Justin, what should I be asking that I'm not asking you here? I mean, what am I missing? What do you want to say that I'm not asking you about right now? Anything at all?
I would say what's different?
Okay.
What makes you different
Okay.
than me.
Okay. All right. So tell me, what makes you different?
Um, I would have to say drive, man.
Okay.
The steady movement forward is going to make you in, the successful person that you're wanting to be.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not going to succeed right away. Very few people will actually have success on their first or
Right.
even second deal.
Got
And
it.
it's not going to happen next week or even next month for that matter.
Sure. It takes time. Yeah.
It takes time. And you got to expect that it takes time. If
That's
you're in
true.
the mentality that you are going to make money and you're going to make 10, 50, $100,000 and you're going to do it next month,
Right.
man, you're tricking yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tricking
Yeah.
yourself.
You set yourself up for, yeah, for failure, right? I mean, wrong expectation.
Yeah, this is not a get rich quick type of thing that we do. We don't
Yeah.
invest in real estate to get rich quick.
Sure.
We invest in real estate to set ourselves up for the future. That's why we do it.
Yeah. That's very great way of looking at that, man. Yeah. That's interesting. All right, man. You're knocking down a bunch of you're debunking a bunch of myths here. But but I like that. I like that. So before I ask you the last question, Justin, tell me how can people reach out to you, man, if they want to get a hold of you? How can they
Right
connect
here
with
on
you?
the screen, you can see I got justinlee.digital.
Okay.
That's my digital business card. All my information is right there. You
Okay.
can hit me up with a schedule, hit me up with a demo, check out my products, anything you want. So there's my digital business card. Hit me up anytime. Pick a time that works for you. We'll get on a Zoom call. We'll
Okay.
get to know each other, introduce you to how we can scale your business and
Yeah.
whatnot. So
Nice. So do me a favor, shoot that over to me in case it doesn't show up for whatever reason. I can put it in the comments and but that'd be helpful. All right, man. So here's the last question here. So as you may or may not know, if you Google the term real estate investor failure rate, 95% of real estate investors fail. And you know what? I get people are totally surprised by that number. And I tell them, hey, just go look. And they look at it and it's crazy. Here it is. It's like the first or second entry. Boom, right there. So, that's a lot of people failing. And, so I'm talking to, top real estate investors like yourself that are succeeding. And I want to know two things. Number one, how do you define the word unstoppable? What does that mean to you? Okay. And then what are you doing? And you've alluded to some of those things as we've been talking here, but what are you doing to make yourself unstoppable when it comes to failure in an industry with such a high failure rate? What are you doing specifically to counteract that?
okay, so unstoppable to me
Yeah.
means basically you are in the mindset that no matter the obstacle, no matter the direction that you're going,
Yeah.
whatever comes in front of you, you are able to go around, go through, accomplish, and overcome. Okay.
Nice. Yes.
And so that kind of goes into the mindset of how and why that happens.
Okay.
You have to have the mindset to get you to that path, to get you to that level of succeeding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Without that, you don't have the right tools to start with,
Okay.
because that is going to be the number one tool that you're going to need in this business is the right mindset.
Yeah. Okay.
Get your mind right. Get the tools in your tool belt that you need. There's lots of different tools out there. Almost all the tools will work. It's just a matter of how it works with you.
Okay. Okay. I like that. So if we boil it all down, it's your mindset, it's your decision to not give up no matter what's coming at you, and then having the right tools, which, as you've already talked about, meeting with people, there's some free resources, and just applying what you're learning. Did I get that?
Absolutely.
Nice. All right. I love it,
So
man.
I got a challenge.
Yeah.
I got
Okay.
a challenge.
Hit me.
I want you to start doing it too, Rufus, and kind of tell me how you feel. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
So for 90 days,
Okay.
90 days straight, every day, I want you to write in a journal
Okay.
10 goals, both business and personal, for
Okay.
90 days straight.
Okay. So let me get
Okay.
this right. 90 days. I'm writing down goals. You said
10 goals
10 goals. Okay.
every day for 90 days.
Got it.
Go to a quiet place, Write these 10 goals down every single day.
Okay.
Pick a time that works for you. Do it at the same time every day.
Okay.
Mine was always in the morning when I got up. I'm an early riser. I get up around 3 or 4 in the morning. I go to my happy place. I grab some coffee. I sit down. I reflect. I write my goals down. And I've been doing this for years.
Okay.
Years. I've got journals on top of journals that just have like my goals in there.
Yeah.
And I rearrange and I set these goals different every 60 to 90 days, and I keep going. So when I feel that these goals no longer work for me because I've either succeeded in them or my mindset has changed to a different path, my goals change as well. And I write it down. And this focus will actually help you stay true and stay focused to what your goals are. Around day 37, 39, you're going to start seeing, man, this is really hard. It's like my goals, I don't know if I'm ever going to make it there.
Okay.
Day 52, whatever, it's going to get easier. You're going to say, that one's done. That one's done. That one's done.
Nice. And you've been doing this for how long, did you say?
Going on 2.5 years, I've been doing this.
Man, I love that. So the 90-day challenge. So write down 10 goals every day for 90 days. Expect that the first half, maybe like you said, a couple of weeks, 30 days, whatever, may seem like nothing's happening, nothing's working. You might get discouraged, but stay in there. And then you got to start day 50, 60, you got to start checking things off the list.
Yeah.
Nice.
What this doing is it's training your mindset.
Okay.
It's putting your goals deep embedded into your brain like muscle memory.
Sure.
And it's craving you and carving you in that right path towards the direction that you want to be, the goal that you want to happen.
I love that. A couple of things you said about that I really love. Number one, you get up at 3 and 4 in the morning. Now I get up at 4 in the morning, and people think I'm crazy. I've only met maybe 1 or 2 other people that do that. So so tomorrow morning, you're getting a call from me at 3 in the morning. I'm calling you when I wake up. But the fact that you're writing down these goals, I do the same thing. I have not exactly that, but I'm going to take the challenge and I'm gonna check in with you. But I write down the notes of what I'm going to do today. I also write down what I've accomplished, and I keep them. I used to have a bunch of stacks of folders everywhere. Now I use loose leaf paper so that I can take the notes and put it in a 3-ring binder. So I've got all these 3-ring binders everywhere. But anyway, I just love when I connect with people where we're thinking alike, and I'm learning new tools that I can use, because that's something that, I mean, you can literally go start tomorrow and start, write down the goals, stay focused, and track and measure your results. I love that. So, man, I've taken way more of your time than I had anticipated, but I've absolutely loved this, and I don't want it to be the last time. And you're gonna have to find time to squeeze me in again. I know you got your 28,000 businesses over there, so but we need to do this again sometime. But I appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and yeah, let's do that. And I know that anyway, I'll hit down a whole nother subject and start a whole nother call. But thanks for your time, man. And yeah, I'd love to reach out to you again, and we'll call that a wrap. So there it is, Justin Lee, Powerhouse. And please send me the digital card so I can make sure that I post that. So
it's
that
in the
people can
chat.
access.
I'll drop it in your inbox as well.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good, man. Well, you have a great rest of your day, man, and we'll talk again soon. All right.
Yeah, Rufus, it was a pleasure. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Sure. Talk to you later. Bye bye.